The homicide unit's responsible for investigating any type of unexpected death in the jurisdiction. So that includes homicides, sudden medical deaths, public accidents, or any other type of unexpected death where we need to find out what happened. The national average is about 60% in clearance rates when it comes to murders. The homicide unit, year in and year out, will finish with higher results than that. And that's something that we're very proud of. That's a direct result of our relationship with the community. Folks are willing to talk to us because they've gained trust in us and knowing that we'll do the right thing when they come forward with information. It's tremendously difficult to step up and do the right thing and to be the one that says something to the police. And I think that trust really is what gets that result for us. Our detectives, the effort and the quality we have is second to none. We have a great relationship with our crime lab that's in-house, and they're able to leverage the most recent technology along with great detectives in order to come up with some stellar case outcomes.
I have been in the homicide unit for 5 years. I wanted to be a detective ever since I was a little kid. Read all the detective books. I like solving puzzles. I like putting things together and getting to and finding an answer. And I don't like not knowing. Everything we do is for the victims' families. It doesn't matter who the victim is or what they've done in the past. We work for the victims' families. Everybody deserves an answer to know what happened to their loved one.
There are times when we get off work and we're still thinking about cases. What can we do next? What can we do tomorrow when we get in? So we are personally invested in trying to solve our cases, not only for us, but also for our families. Families don't know us. They've never met us, and they're putting the fate of the justice for their family member in our hands. We do want them to know that we're personally invested, one, and that we're going to do everything we legally can to solve their family member's case.
I've been with the homicide unit since January 2020, so about 3 years now. My dad was a homicide detective with the New York Police Department, and I wanted to follow in his footsteps. It means a lot to me. Investigating the nature of the crimes that we do, trying to bring closure for the families, but also doing it because that's what my dad did. It makes it a lot more special. You have to be a really good listener. People always say you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so just soak in all the information and listen to what people are telling you and what the witnesses have to say and hear people out, because it's the minor details that can make or break a case sometimes. I just try to put myself in their shoes, and I know if I was in their position and I had lost a loved one, I would want to know a lot of answers and know that the detective that's working on the case is doing all that they can do to help my family.
I think the most important thing that we ask is that we need the community's help in trying to reduce violence. If people see situations escalating, that they intervene and don't let them get to a violent situation. A lot of times words, escalate into violence, and if you see your friend going too far, step in and help cool things down. I think that's something that we could, benefit from as a community altogether, just to reduce some violence, is if people just step in and kind of say, it's not that big a deal, let's cool down a little bit. When I was in college, I had the opportunity to participate in an internship here at CMPD. And at the time, the cold case unit was brand new. They just solved their first case, or were in the process of solving their first case. I was basically shown the file room, and you see just rows of files of open cases. But at that point, they're just cases, And I had the opportunity to sit down and meet with a woman who at the time was a young girl, and her family was murdered. So I got to sit and talk with her and tell her family story, because as a child she never really understood what had happened. And in talking with her for about an hour, I really realized the tremendous impact that the work that we do has. And I just decided that that's what I wanted to do at that point. I knew that I wanted to be able to serve others by working as a detective and trying to help get them answers in their life.